Here we go on day 3 of our Lake Superior Circle Tour. We're not up to the big lake yet. We're still working our way up through Michigan. Currently passing through a little town called Walloon, south of Petoskey, and the south end of Walloon Lake. Today's a little different. The tunnel of trees is messed up here. In fact, they had some storms just a couple days ago that washed out more sections of the road along the Devil's Elbow, so we're not doing the tunnel of trees. Been there, done that before. If you have never done it, I highly recommend. It's very cool, but you're probably going to want to wait till next year given the carnage that they've had there this year. So today we worked out an AI route, iterated back and forth with AI to find some of the hilly, twisty, scenic terrain in the hills up in northern Michigan here. So we're going to do a loop down through Boyne City, East Jordan, kind of working our way then back up to Cheboygan on Lake Huron and along the lake into St. Ignace. And we'll cap off the day with a ride over the Mackinac Bridge, so hang on for that at the end. And either today or tomorrow, we're going to also go up Castle Rock with some views of that. So come on along for the ride. It's going to be a good one. So this is Boyne City, and that's the south end of Lake Charlevoix. Beautiful area. And next up, we're heading up into the hills, working our way down to East Jordan. And there's a glacial feature in this area called drumlins. They are essentially, I'm going to call them ridges until I see them and get a better look at what they look like, but ridges that were left behind by the last glacier. So I'm going to guess that maybe we're getting into some drumlins here. As I look ahead at the road, it looks a bit like a roller coaster up and down over these ridges. Very pretty up in here. Up over a hill, and it was a steep drop and a rough road and a little bit of gravel across there. I think we found the drumlins. Made for a fun road. So this is the town of East Jordan. Another beautiful lake, and part of what's quite a boating culture up in this whole Charlevoix, Petoskey area. Well, we're adapting and improvising and overcoming. We ran into a road closure on our intended route. Unclear if that was weather related, but there was quite a bit of storm damage in East Jordan, trees down anyway, and yards, leaves and branches everywhere in the streets. So obviously they had a pretty good blow come through there. Looked like yesterday. So I don't know, working our way up over the hill on, I believe it's Highway 32 now. Kind of a nice road, so take it for a ways and see if we can circle back down to our route at some point here. You know, it's all riding. Just get me into the hills and the curves and we're good to go. Well, we took a turn here. There was a sign that said detour, which I think is the detour that we were on, but we were on County Road 624. Brand new pavement, just rolling through the hills. Beautiful countryside. Reminds me a little bit of an up north version of the Driftless. Pretty cool. And did I mention it's brand new pavement? I always love that. Coming back down to our route here in a minute, but that was the best detour ever. Up and over the hills and winding, rolling, twisting, and brand new pavement all the way. Who knew? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Cruising the M66 here, kind of winding up over a hill. Got these roads all to ourselves this morning. It is beautiful out here. It's kind of something strange about this trip, how few motorcycles we've seen. I suspect we'll see more when we get on the actual circle tour. But yeah, not so much in Michigan here, and great motorcycle roads. So it's also a Thursday, so kind of makes sense, right? So this is the Alba Highway, otherwise known as CR 620. Let's go check it out. We just came through the town of Boyne Falls and turned on C48 and see big hills. I was gonna say mountains, that's a stretch, but big hills ahead, so looking like we're in for some fun riding. Pretty little valley back in here. And a beautiful ride today, but not the twisties of the Driftless. Not sure I was expecting that, but some sweeping curves in places, but yeah, certainly nothing challenging up in here. It's just pretty scenery. Nice up north drive, and overall they're doing a great job on the roads, given that they deal with winters up here, right? And a lot of new and smooth pavement. Beautiful little lake back up in the hills. So it turns out I've answered my own question on whether all the roads in Michigan are smooth. No. We're on the Straits Highway heading up towards Cheboygan. And it reminds me of riding washboards on a four-wheeler. The little town of Wolverine, kind of working our way up the Straits Highway. Man, that was a rough section back there. It was rattle your teeth rough. Stop and check for loose bolts. Little town of Tokanabe. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. Something along those lines. Sits along Mullet Lake. Pretty big lake here. And we are about 13 miles or so from Cheboygan. Go up there and find some lunch. Right down on the waterfront here in Cheboygan. You looking for some lunch? Oh, look at a ferry going across there. It's Lake Huron. Second great lake of the trip. Had lunch in Cheboygan, a place called Mulligan's. It was alright. Alright, just pulled into a roadside park along Lake Huron. Let's check it out. Checked out this wayside a little bit. Nice, I guess, but very distant views of the bridge. We're gonna go get closer. Alright, we made it to Mackinaw City. Gonna go up here and check out a lighthouse and some views of the bridge. It'll be a little breezy up on the bridge today. Gusty out. But it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. This is the Old Mackinaw Point Lighthouse. So the lighthouse was in operation from 1892, at least when the first light was shown here. Maybe the lighthouse itself didn't exist then. Until 1958, so quite a long time. Now it's a historic museum. Here's the lighthouse from the other side. That would have been a tedious job, tending to the lighthouse, being the lighthouse keeper. Hard pass. All right, we made it over to Mackinaw City, looking at the Mackinac Bridge behind us. We're gonna get on the bikes and head across that bad boy and check it out from the other side as well. It's been what, 12, 13 years since we last crossed this?
Yes.
On a Harley?
Yep.
And looking forward to it again. Gonna be breezy up there today. Let's go get it done. All right, here we go up onto the Mackinac. I call it Mackinac, but I guess even with the C, it's pronounced Mackinaw. So, oh yeah, she's blowing up here. Well, we'll take you all the way across, and then maybe we'll edit some of the footage and share the best bits. Google tells me that there is a 6-minute slowdown on the bridge here somewhere, so more for our money that way. Let's see, be in this thing. They can have that metal grate stuff. I'll stick to the tarmac. Since I get a choice. The deepest point under this bridge is 295 feet. And the main pillars go down 210 feet to give it stability. It's engineered to move 35 feet in each direction, east and west, from what I was reading, which seems crazy. That's a lot of movement. But it's also taken a pretty tremendous amount of wind load up here. Out to the right, we have what I would have called Mackinac Island, Mackinaw Island. As apparently, regardless of spelling, it's all Mackinaw, so I maybe knew that 12 or 13 years ago and just didn't remember. We're going to head down here, check out some views from this side of the bridge, work our way through St. Ignace, where we'll be staying tonight, and head up to Castle Rock in a few minutes. Hey, this is dropping down into St. Ignace after crossing the bridge. Also on the way from home for the evening. All right, this is kind of a workout. What are you thinking?
I didn't get a treat.
Oh, that was a hike.
And a half.
Very steep, lots of steps. We are the oldest people up here.
But we made it.
By 30 years. But we made it, yeah, no heart attacks, all good. Pretty good view. Don't think it'll show up on the camera, but you can see the tops of the Mackinac Bridge, the Mackinaw Bridge over there in the distance. And the northern end of St. Ignace. Beautiful lookout over Lake Huron. Worth the hike? Yeah, it's a nice view.
It is a nice view. Beautiful day.
Gorgeous
It's not
day.
humid, it's just warm.
And we've made our miles for the day, so we're killing time.
But I haven't gotten my treat yet.
Oh, that's a nice way to ask. Let's go get you a treat.
Okay.
So, look at this behind us. They think they have Babe and his blue ox. Apparently, they just flew in from Wisconsin. Everybody knows they're from Wisconsin.
Indeed.
Only the posers from Minnesota and Michigan think they can lay claim to Babe and the blue ox. He's sticking out his tongue because he doesn't like it in Michigan. Okay, sorry, all you Michigan types. Gotta have some fun. Coming back into St. Ignace from the north side after checking out Castle Rock. We'll catch the last little bit of video and close it out for today. We're just gonna hang out. Not sure exactly what we're gonna do, but that's sort of the end of the motorcycle adventure for the day. Tomorrow we are heading up to Whitefish Point. So if you're watching this episode and want to learn about the Edmund Fitzgerald Museum or go to Dr. Kalaman Falls, or stay tuned tomorrow to find out how I'm supposed to really pronounce that. and some shoreline overlooks and more lighthouses. Come on along for the ride. We'll end tomorrow night in Sault Ste. Marie before we head into Canada on Saturday morning and start our way around the north side of Lake Superior. Hope you're enjoying the episodes. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.